Hey everyone, it's JD Asajan and welcome to another episode of Fortune Builders TV. What I thought I'd do this week is talk a little bit about money, raising money specifically. We had someone in the Suggest a Show section ask for me to give a quick presentation on really raising money or standing in front of someone and presenting and asking them to lend me money. But the catch was I couldn't use the fact that I've been on the TV show Flip This House, that I've been investing for almost 11 years now, and I'm going to do that. But before we do that, I want to step back for a second and talk about really the two main kinds of funding that we have available to us as a real estate investor. And those two kinds of funding are hard money and private investor money. Now both of them are cash and someone else's cash, and the difference is a hard money lender is typically an organized company that does lending for a business, and typically speaking their rates are going to be much higher than private investors, and typical money rates for hard money lenders range anywhere between 12 to 15% interest, sometimes higher, and then there's points, and 1 point is 1% of the amount borrowed. 1% of the amount borrowed, and that's paid up front, and it's not a derivative of time. The interest is a derivative of time and how long you borrow the money. Now on the other hand, we have private investors, and private investors is another form of cash for us buying distressed real estate, and it's really anyone that has money that's looking for a better return on their money than they're currently getting, and it's all negotiable. So it's a better form of borrowing money than hard money lending is when you get to that point and when you find those individuals. High income earners that don't have or know of other things to do with their money or don't have time to look at alternative investments, for example, real estate. Private investor funds are all negotiable, and rates very typically range between like 10 to 12% interest, which is an annualized interest rate, so it's based on time, and usually no points. If a private investor wanted or asked for a point, then you can decide if that's something that you want to do and if it makes sense for the deal. So those are our two main types of funding. Bank funding for us as a real estate investor, not only is bank funding cumbersome, but when you're buying distressed real estate, houses that don't have working kitchens or working bathrooms, or they're run down and dilapidated, first thing is banks aren't going to lend money on those types of transactions. And if a property is financeable from a bank, meaning that a bank would lend money on that property, you're probably going to be competing with retail buyers, people that are going to live in the home. And when you're competing with people that live in a home and you're the person that's going to buy it as an investor and profit from it by improving the value and then reselling it, the person that's going to live in the home, the retail buyer, will always be willing to pay more money. And when that's the case, then your competition is magnified and your chances of getting those types of deals are reduced. So when we're talking about distressed real estate, which is where we get our deepest discounts, you've got hard money and you've got private investor money. Now let me handle that question that was asked, how would I present and ask them for money? Well, first thing is we're not asking someone for money. JD, what are you talking about? Well, let me say it again. First thing, we're not asking someone for money. We're presenting them an opportunity to make a return on their money. They can decide if they want to accept that opportunity, if they want to get more information about that opportunity, or they could say no. But we're not asking for something. When you ask for something, typically speaking, your posture is a little different. You look down, you don't make eye contact, you're less confident. But when you're presenting an opportunity for someone to do something good with their money, you stand taller. You typically, and if you do it properly, you look them in the eye. You're confident about what you're presenting. So that's a fundamental shift. So get it out of your head that you're asking for something. You're presenting an opportunity. And making money in real estate, fixed returns, not guaranteed returns because we can't guarantee rates, but fixed returns attached to real estate, a tangible asset, is an opportunity. So now let's have that conversation. You're standing in front of someone and you're presenting them an opportunity. You're not asking for money. You're presenting them an opportunity. And I'll run through it. And I won't use any of the things that are in my current arsenal, having been in this business for as long as I have.